Alright guys, welcome back. Long time no see. We got a little low stakes sit and go action going on here. Today I'll probably talk about some basic concepts that I probably should have talked about before, but I didn't really discuss. That would be bankroll management, I don't know what else. Yeah, I guess just bankroll management. We're off to a rough start. This guy sucked out with 10 jack against my king jack. I had him pretty much drawing dead pre-flop, but what else is new? I'm just going to make a play here, try to recoup the losses. It's a pretty aggressive play here, but we'll see what happens. Alright. Looks like we busted. I'm just going to go ahead and pause, register for another tournament, and we'll be back up shortly. Alright, we're back. We pretty much same spot we started our last tournament. Last time it didn't end up too well though. So first of all, I'd like to thank all my viewers who comment on my videos and are learning from my videos. I realize most of you guys are bad players and that it's a treat for you to watch my strategies. Once again, we really got sucked out there, but it's not a big deal because I don't really tilt. Also a shout out to Gadget. He's a really big fan, a great YouTuber, and I really appreciate his support. Okay, so on to some poker strategy. We're going to talk about bankroll management. A common question the beginner has is, how do you manage your bankroll? Now this is a pretty basic topic, and I've had some personal experiences that directly showed how important it is to manage your bankroll. But as a rule of thumb, 5 buy-ins is a safe amount to be playing with. So if you're a tournament player who plays, say, $100 tournaments, I guess they're probably like 108 or 110 bucks with rake. You'd want at least about $500. If you're a cash game player, let's say you play $50 no limit tables, you'd want about $250. And the reason you want 5 buy-ins is simply because of the math. If you get dealt pocket aces, you're about a 60% favorite over any random hand. So the chances of you going broke with pocket aces, if you convert that percentage to odds, are about 3 to 1. So you can easily, out of the 3 times you have pocket aces, you can easily lose 2 of the times. So right off the bat, you can lose 2 buy-ins. And if you have that extra 3 buy-in cushion, you can really sit comfortably. Second, which in my opinion is the main reason you want to be playing with 5 buy-ins, is it allows you to take shots at higher levels. So let's say you're a cash game pro. Well, not a pro, an amateur, because you're playing $100 tables. And you want to take a shot at the... okay. We have the backdoor flush draw here, but we're just going to let it go. We're going to wait for a better spot. Let's say you want to take a shot. You've been grinding 100 NL. And you want to take a shot at, the $400 tables. Well, if you have 5 binds at 100 NL, that means you still have $100 left if you go bust at the $400 table, and then you can still grind the regular stakes with the last buy-in. So as a rule of thumb, 5's the magic number. If you're pretty comfortable and you feel you're a really good player, I'd say you can probably squeeze by with maybe 2 binds. That's what I usually would play with, but to each his own. And if you're a poor player, you'd probably need somewhere around 8 or 9 binds, because once again, if we go by the mathematical numbers, let's say you're a bad player and you play sit and goes. Say there's 9-man sit and goes and the top 3 get paid. Well, that's a 33% chance that you're going to get paid. If you have 9 buy-ins, 3 spots get paid. That's 1 in 3. The 9 binds, it just makes sense. It's a factor of 3. Excuse me. Okay, here we picked up some backdoor draws. Mainly we're drawing to the low straight. These are implied odds. Now we catch a pretty good bluffing card. Usually you want to be bluffing when you're in position, as we are. So it's a perfect spot for us to bluff. But it looks like these guys probably hit their straights, especially when you see aggression here. We could raise it up to 900, but chances are we're beat, so we wouldn't want to do that. I'm guessing you guys are probably confused by all the math I threw at you guys earlier in this video dealing with bankroll management and whatever. Math, it's kind of important, but you really don't need to know the math as well as maybe I do or other known pros. But if you do want to know a little bit about odds, so that you know whether or not you should be calling or raising or folding, I'll just give you guys a brief overview. The odds of you hitting a flush when you have 2 diamonds in the hole is about 1 in 16. That number goes up as the suit rank goes down. So technically speaking, diamonds are the weakest suit. Or clubs are actually. I'm not really sure why. Suits don't really matter in Hold'em, but generally in card games they do, and those odds, I believe, are somehow affected. I'm not really sure, but very minor differences, maybe less than 1%. So really, when you're calculating odds, depending on the suits you have, you really don't need to think about it. So basically, it's about 1 in 16, 1 in 17, 1 in 18 chance you're hitting a flush pre-flop. So you think about it, well, those odds don't sound too good, because I'll be losing the other 15 times. But what you need to take into account is the odds of you hitting a pair are 1 in 2. So that raises your 1 in 17 to maybe 1 in 8 chance of winning the hand. Then you add in the straights. I'd say hitting a straight is probably 1 in 10 chance. So that lowers the 10 out of the 8. We bring it down to about a 1 in 5. Then you add in 2 pair for the jack. Now we're getting like down to 1 in 3. Then we do it for kings. Okay, we got a high card here. It's probably good. Wow. There's been like 3 full houses in a row. If we want to get mathematical about it, I'd say the odds of that are probably 1 in 60. So basically what I was going with, to gain the value of your hand mathematically, to understand it, you need to do all those odds for every single type of hand you can hit. So here we were probably 1 in 3 to win the hand because we have all the great draws pre-flop. We just hit our pair, so we're looking to really double up here. But that's enough about the maths, the bankroll management. Hopefully that'll come with time. Okay, we just hit our 2 pair. We're gonna slow play this. Hopefully somebody is gonna like bet and we'll hit our hand. We're still gonna slow play this. We have 2 pair. We're beating an insane amount of hands. Hopefully this guy goes all in so we can double up. Beautiful. Beautiful. He decides to raise and our bet, and we decide to raise. Min raise. We want to get called. See, I mean, this is just textbook beauty right here. Wow. Okay. You guys obviously saw what I saw, and that was weakness. This guy was slow playing his 2 pairs well. A great play by him. Unfortunately, I was holding the stone cold nuts. Now, I could have easily just mucked it on the river and given him the pot, because I don't need to have good hands to win. That's just a small part of my game, is sometimes I have a good hand and I win. But if you want to be a successful pro, you want to be able to win with your poor hands, because most of the time you don't have great hands. If you're a good player like me, you'll be getting better hands more often, simply because the way you play pre-flop, you may choose to play certain hands because you're confident in your game, making your hands better. But for the poor player, that's really not a luxury that you have. So right here, we see how I was playing a weaker hand. I'm guessing this guy hit pocket 9s on the river, Suckout or something. Whatever. He might be tilting because I just put him to shame. He had 4s. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's like pocket 9s. So far, the tournament's been going well. I'm not thrilled about having a decent stack. I usually like to either have a monster stack or a tiny stack because that really puts the pressure on me. Here we got deuce 6. We have him covered, so we're looking to bust players out. He's got kings.